that bridge. That's the bridge to Seven Border. Our final stop is the four-story building in Nigeria, constructed in 1845. Alright guys, so this trip is going to be incomplete without a visit to the very first story building in the country. So we're going to go inside and explore what it has to offer. And then to help us with that is Mr.
Gabriel.
Mr. Gabriel, thank you very much for agreeing to help us with this.
You're welcome.
So tell us about this place now.
The four-story building in Nigeria it was completed in the year 1845.
1845.
Yeah. Which means the building is standing now for around 180 years.
Wow.
The building, after it was completed, was also the most expensive structure of this hemisphere then ever built. The constructions were financed by the Church of England Anglican Communion. And the society who was placed in charge was known as CMS, which is still CMS till today.
The CMS that we know.
It's actually Church Missionary Society.
Okay,
So
okay.
they actually society who were saddled with the responsibility of evangelism, giving relief materials to the needy and any community that is in need of them. The establishment came upon after slave trade was abolished in the British territory. So this time moving from coast to coast, from African territories that have been devastated by the advent of slave trade. So helping them reestablish themselves. And then also, they also make sure they preach the gospel of Christianity. Establish churches, schools, and even hospitals.
Reverend Henry Townsend laid its foundation in 1842, establishing Nigeria's first Christian mission under the nearby Ajah tree.
This is one of the rooms here.
Was this a sitting room or
this a
bedroom?
A bedroom.
A bedroom.
Yeah, this is part of the material which were used for the construction of the building. And this the roof called corrugated iron. Corrugated iron, this very roof is still covering the building at least, if not in 100%, but in 80% till today. Then these are some of the nails used for the roof.
I don't think we have this anymore.
No, we don't. Try to produce this now, the company will run bankrupt. We'll go bankrupt because, yeah, who will buy it?
Wow.
Then this is a door hinge, which was used from back then.
Nah, shit. Wow. Since I quite heavy.
So, for the building itself, the erection of the building, or for the laying, this burnt brick. This was also used for the foundation and also for the laying of the wall. These very ones were
really
imported
strong.
in 1842 actually.
So how do they make this? So they mold it and then
They mold it, then you heat it, yeah.
Wow. So it's like water resistance or something?
Not just water resistant. It's not actually really water resistant like that, but it is bulletproof.
Because they burnt it?
Even if you did not burnt it.
The mold?
Yeah, because there's no hole inside. So it will take a very long time before bullet will be able to penetrate.
So it will likely get stuck inside.
Yeah. So, and another advantage of this brick is that it still maintains some of its natural atmospheric temperature without changing, irrespective of the weather outside. So it does not really go hot or cold.
Just room temperature.
Room temperature. And then this wood is from 1842 also, which was later used for the deck of the building. As you can see, the deck is made up of wooden materials, and this wood is now 182 years.
The decks, are they still strong enough for people to stand on?
We're going there right now after now.
Do we need parachutes?
When we get there, we'll try.
Okay. Just
So,
want to be sure.
the wood, we still have at least, for this very wood, we still have at least 40 to 50% of this wood on the deck of the building till today.
Wow.
182 years. So go to the next room, which is the room of Bishop Samuel Crowther. And it was said that was where he completed the translation of the Yoruba Bible. So I will just go and see the Yoruba Bible and the English Bible as well. All right. So let's take this way up.
And this staircase is the same wood from back
No,
then?
some of this has changed.
Some of it? Okay.
Yeah, has changed since 1990, 1986 or so.
Let me test.
So this is the room of Bishop Crowther. Yes, this floor has changed.
Okay, the floor has changed.
Yeah, this floor has changed, but the wall has not changed. The wall are still wood from 1842. And this is the man in question here, Bishop Samuel Ajayi Crowther, who became the first bishop of Africa. And these are the Bibles here. The Yoruba Bible, 179 years. The English Bible, 182 years.
This is the very first Yoruba Bible?
Yes, sir.
This is the first Yoruba Bible translated by Bishop Samuel Ajayi Crowther. The first English Bible brought into the country and the first Yoruba Bible translated using the first English Bible. The very first copy, right here. It's interesting to see.
So, this is the next room here, which is the last living room. I told you earlier, we have two living rooms. So one downstairs, and this is one upstairs here. This one actually has the original wood from 1842.
For the floor?
Yes.
Wow. It's even stronger than the one that they changed.
Exactly. So, and these three images are the image of, this is the image of the Reverend Thomas Birch Freeman from the Wesleyan Methodist Mission, the man who preached the gospel of Christianity first, before the arrival of the Anglican man, Henry Townsend. And we have this chair here, which is the last surviving furniture of this house. And this chair is just 146 years. It's actually that young.
This is the year they made it.
Yeah, exactly that young.
146
years. It's not that old.
So that's my dad.
Yeah. It's younger than you. Now, this is the picture of the cemetery where those young people were buried. Because, of course, over 300 of them were buried there, which became the first cemetery in Nigeria, and today known as the Early Missionary Cemetery. So, lastly, we have this safe box here, which...
Oh, wow, they had the safe.
Yeah, that is it. We can call it the first bank in Nigeria.
These things are heavy, like.
And let me just show you some of the currency we have here that were used in Nigeria before today. This is cowrie, and cowrie shell was the first currency used in Nigeria, which the usage started from the 13th century.
Can I touch this?
Yes, and was still used up till 19th century, up to early 19th century. That is early 1902, 03, 07 or so. So still used like that. And this is the second one. This is called Manila.
This used to be money.
Yes, Manila was the second currency used in Nigeria.
Know that.
Now you know. Used from mid-17th century till 1927 as a means of exchange in this country.
So, how do you determine the worth of it? Is it by the weight, the
I don't know.
size?
There are different sizes of Manila. We have about 4 different sizes. But this is the smallest. And it was said that this small...
This is the smallest?
Yes.
Wow.
And this small one can purchase during the era of slavery 4 to 5 able-bodied young men.
Currently, we don't have any bill as heavy as this.
No.
Still standing after 178 years, this building symbolizes the dawn of colonial influence and Western education in Nigeria. Visitors come here to reflect and pray, drawn by its historical and spiritual significance.
This well is one of the oldest wells in this community, as it was dug 182 years ago. As you can see the name now, it is the first CMS well dug in Nigeria, in a dug in 1842.
1842.
Yes. Now nicknamed called Miracle Well.
Miracle Well.
Yes.
Why? Why
There are
Miracle Well?
two. I tell people there are two reasons to that. Two ways to that. The first is that this well here is the only drinkable water in this community now.
In Badagry.
Not Badagry, in this community, this small community here, extending just to about how many meters away from here now? Because every other water here is being contaminated by the river and the ocean. The lagoon contaminated, making it high in iron. That is to be brownish in nature, of course. Why the ocean caused the water to be salty in nature?
Salty.
Yes. And so that affected every other water here, making them unfit for drinking, for consumption, except this here.
Except the Miracle Well.
That is the first reason, but isn't that miracle?
It has to be. It has to be.
Because it's even more closer to the lagoon and the ocean than the rest here. This is the lagoon here, and look at every other water here, and this one here. Is this clean? No iron.
Let me see. And it's
So
really
let's
chilled,
taste.
like it's not hot. It's just
Taste.
No, I'm good.
No,
I
taste.
trust the well, but I don't trust the bucket.
Taste. Seriously.
No, I'm good.
You can trust both. Now, the real reason behind the Miracle Well,
I'm healed. I'm healed.
but the real reason is what you're just trying to portray right now behind the Miracle Well is because over time people come here for tour and they have a taste of the water with faith. I know in Africa we are men of faith, spirituality, and some fetch it home for spiritual cleansing or spiritual healing, and most come back to share their testimony. As a result of the many testimony erupting from the usage of the water, that was why tourists decided it should be renamed Miracle Well.
It was the tourists that decided that.
Yes,
Okay.
not us.
Okay.
So until today, still called Miracle Well. People still come from far and wide to get this water for healings.